There is one big power, there's one big benefit that couples have that I think they overlook. You're married and things aren't going well with you. I think there is something you need to look back to. I think there is something you need to put more focus on, and that's what I will be talking about in this video. So welcome on. If this is your first time coming on this video or coming through, welcome on board. My name is Mabel, and on this channel I share my experiences on relationships, on marriage and family. And if you're returning, thank you for always watching my video. Today I'll be talking about the power of faith in every couple, the power of prayer. I know it looks like it's a cliche, it looks like, oh, someone is about to preach, but trust me, I'm not just preaching, I'm telling you of something that's happened in my life, not just once, not just twice, not just thrice, and it's a game changer. You're married and there are troubles, not just troubles of you not understanding yourself, of things not working, and a husband and a wife together. There is something you should focus on, and that is prayer. Now let me break it down, not just like the prayer we hear about every day. Oh, we gotta pray, you know. I'm just telling you about the synergy of coming together. This has worked for me. I'm not just coming to share content. I'm not just making a video because I feel like making a video. It's more like a life lesson. It's more like a testimony. It's more like something that I have tried over and over again intentionally, and it has never failed. Now let me give you a story of something that happened, well, I say 3 years or 4 years back. My husband has always wanted me to come study in the UK or study outside my country, Nigeria, but we've never had the funds for that. Back then, it seemed as if it was a big shot. I've never, it was a reality then, and that goal was miles away. And never did I know that I was the stumbling block. My faith didn't carry it because I was more fixated on our reality then. I was more fixated on this is not realistic. We are not as comfortable as people that are traveling out of the country to study, either for study or for work or for any purpose. And it had never made sense to me until one day he told me, he said, "You are the reason why this has not worked." And I said, "Why? How?" He said, you've not believed in it and you've not prayed about it. And that struck me, because he said, "It's because of you." And I'm like, how? I didn't see how that was true, because anytime he says it, I say, okay, I hear. And I felt he had all my support as much as I could give. But when he said that, it's because you've not prayed, because anything you pray about with me has always come true. And he gave examples of things that we've done before that we just come together to pray about. And that was when it occurred to me that, oh, I've been the stumbling block to this particular goal. And I made a conscious decision to pray about it. Not just pray about it alone. I held hands with my husband, because sometimes when I want to pray, I talk with God and I tell God, this is why I want to do this. Before then, I never found a reason for us to just travel out of the country or just relocate just because many people are doing it. I had to really ask myself, why did I want to do this? And when I got the reason, I felt, oh, this reason is not selfish. This reason is not just about me. This reason is not just to better my family. There is a part of God in this. And then we prayed together, and I held hands with my husband and we prayed, and I said, God, these are the reasons. This is 1, 2, 3 reasons. It's not just about me. It's not just about the family. It's not just about the economy. This. And I had that peace, because not until then did I find a tangible reason to take that step. And I prayed, we held hands, we prayed. You know that feeling when you pray, it's not as if you're already seeing the result, but right in your mind, you know this prayer kind of pleases God. You're praying according to God's will, because I had to go into the Bible and I got passages just to back up the reasons why we wanted to take this step. And somehow we felt that peace. If you've been in Nigeria or if you study in Nigeria, you would know that if you went to a university, like back in my university, a state university, it's a trouble getting your transcript out. And if you need to study out of the country, you will need your transcript. And that was when my problem began. I now understood that, the transcript is the beginning of any process. Even before you think of applying for any course, anything, you need that transcript. And it dawned on me that, and then the school was on strike then, and it dawned on me that this is a long thing. And I went back to God again. I said, God, I've prayed about this. We've prayed about this, and I need my transcript out. Please show me. Because at that point, we weren't going to get that transcript. This is, say, February in the year 2021. We weren't going to get that transcript that year because it doesn't seem like the lecturers were on strike. Everything was on standstill. It was just after COVID. Everything was... And one of the greatest miracles of my life happened. All of a sudden, I think I was just going through my decluttering the house after we made that prayer, and I saw a receipt from my school. Oh, let me wrap it up. This is going to be a long story. I can tell already. It appeared that I've already applied for a transcript back in the day. Let's say, I think after I left school, I think there was a time I actually wanted to do my master's before I got married. Let's say that was like 8 or 10 years before that time that this was happening. I had already applied for it. There was a receipt somewhere. And my husband was like, I just told my husband, I said, oh, there's a receipt. I think it was 3,000 naira receipt or something. And my husband was like, wow, are you not going to call the person that is helping you facilitate the transcript and let them know that, oh, you started this process, if that will help? Dear subscribers, that was the end of me searching for that transcript. It appeared that I had already started that process halfway, of which I didn't know. I was starting a whole fresh application for transcript. When I called the person that was back in school to say, oh, I saw this receipt, and it was like, oh, if you started it, that means all this I'm doing is starting from scratch. I'll just have to go to the academic office, and those people are not on strike. I'll have to go to the registration office and just check. And that's how the person checked. And all I had to do was just to send money for them to send the transcript to the school I want to apply for. And that happened in a week. What has been on for more than a year. This is just a pinch of few of the miracles that God has done in my marriage just by us coming together to pray. Why is prayer a major part of marriage? I can't overemphasize this. First, there is a battle every couple faces. Let's think about it. No matter how beautiful your marriage is, there will be battles, there will be trials, there will be life decisions. Children will come, and the process of birthing children comes. It's unpredictable. For someone, childbirth is easy. For another person, childbirth is challenging. There will be challenges that will come. I don't know how people do it without prayer. Sorry if I'm making this religious, but that is what has helped me, and I believe that that is what I will share about my life. That's been my experience. I feel couples neglect this part of marriage and try to do things themselves. Have you tried so much in making things happen and they've not happened? I'll tell you, try this. The power of faith that every couples have. So first, the battle that every couple faces. Call your partner and say, let's pray about this. Secondly, prayer brings this spiritual bonding effect into marriage. Because prayer is not just about praying and telling God, I need this, I want this. I think it helps you get unified more, because there's this analogy that says marriage is a triangle like this, like 3 points. Oh, I can't explain it like this. It's a triangle. This is your partner, and this is you, and this is God top here. The more you both are coming together to God, the more you are getting close together. The more you are coming to God, the more you get closer to God, the more you get closer to yourself. I can't remember if it's a triangle effect it's called, or the threefold method. Prayer is that bonding effect you need in your marriage as a couple. Because when you're praying, you're vulnerable. You open yourself up to God. And then who else would you want to open yourself to God with than your partner? You say, God, this is how we feel about this. This is what we're feeling about this marriage. This is how it has been. This is what we want. This is how we want it to go. And you come together and pray. If you're thinking, how did I make this work? It's not difficult. It's just an intentional thing to do. How much do you pray with your spouse? When do you pray with your spouse? Do you just have to do family devotion and call your kids together? Yes, that is important. But you also have to intentionally come together as a couple and pray to God about every and anything. Pray out loud, hold hands to pray. I think I've shared in my video, one of my video before, of how you can make this easier. I'm going to put up that next video now, and I'm sure it will bless you. If you've been finding a challenge with either practically engaging in the place of prayer or deepening your faith with your couple, this next video will help you. Or if you've had a challenge of, oh, how do I do this? It looks strange. Sometimes I forget. There is no time. No matter how much time, no matter how busy you are, you still have to eat, right? You still have to drink water, right? And that's what prayer does. That's what your relationship does to your marriage. No matter how busy you are, you would always be able to find time to pray with your spouse. I gave some explanations, or I gave some tips on how to make this work in your marriage. Watch this next video, and I'll see you over there.